Good afternoon, welcome to viewers of HullKR.tv. It's round 22. We're at the Stobart Stadium in Widnes as the Robins take on the Vikings. Rovers, well, they were well and truly comprehensively defeated by the arch rivals Hull FC last Monday by 32 points to 18. A combination of suspension, injuries and players being omitted from the 17 has seen no less than 5 changes made by Craig Sandercock in terms of personnel, and with some positional changes also. It's all new for the Robins this afternoon, who will line up as follows. In the backs, at fullback, wearing number 27, sponsored by All Pet Food, Lewis Sheriff. On the right wing, sponsored by the Insurance Partnership, Liam Salter. Wearing number 4 at right centre, sponsored by Higher Base, Jake Webster. Making his Super League debut, wearing number 32 at left centre, sponsored by Sutton Tots Day Nursery, Chris Heel. And on the left wing, wearing number 5, sponsored by EYS, David Hodgson. Standoff for the Robins, wearing number 6, sponsored by A1 Tyre Services, Blake Green. Scrum half, wearing number 7, sponsored by JC Services, Michael Dobson. And now the forwards. Wearing number 8, sponsored by ClearTech Waste Services, Joel Clinton. Wearing number 9 at hooker, sponsored by A1 Tyre Services, Josh Hodgson. And making up the front row, wearing number 17, sponsored by Techno Solutions, Ryan O'Hara. Into the second row, wearing number 35, try scorer in the derby, on loan from the Warrington Wolves, James Laithwaite. Wearing number 12, the skipper of the Robins, sponsored by A&M Engineering, Ben Galea. And at loose forward, wearing number 28, sponsored by Anthony's Wedding and Bridal Hire, Dave Peterson. On the bench for the Robins, wearing number 23, sponsored by the HullKR Fans Forum, Mickey Payer. Wearing number 14, sponsored by KMS Facilities Group, Lincoln Withers. Wearing number 18, sponsored by Quick Tough, Graham Horn. And a man who will make his Super League debut for the Robins this afternoon, wearing number 26, sponsored by Rescue Jet, George Griffin. The Robins coached by Craig Sandercock, sponsored by SJS Flooring Specialists. Now the Widnes Vikings lineup. They're coached by Dennis Betts. They'll have Jack Owens at fullback. A three-quarter line of Willie Isa, Stephen Marsh, Christine and Patrick Arvan. Joe Meller and the dangerous Reese Hambry make up the halfbacks. Then in the forwards, Ben Cross, Paul McShane and Steve Pickerskill make up the front row. Frank Winterstein and Dave Allen the second row, with Hep Cahill the loose forward. On the bench for Dennis Betts' side will be Ben Davis, John Kite, Kurt Haggerty and Danny Craven. Today's referee is Thierry Alibert. So, a nice sunny day here in Widnes as we await the arrival of the two sides. Rovers making 5 changes to the lineup defeated by Hull FC on Monday. No Shannon McDonnell, no Sam Latus, Con Beaker suspended, no Scott Taylor with injury, and no Scott Burrell. The Widnes Vikings take the field first. Couple of Widnes Vikings fans with drums directly in front of us this afternoon. These lads really do need to get a girlfriend, but there you go. And we await the arrival of the youthful-looking Robins lineup today. Lewis Sheriff comes in, Liam Salter comes in, Laithwaite continues, Peterson comes in, and George Griffin comes in. Neil Hudgell spoke during the week about giving the youngsters a chance. Craig Sandercock has responded. Thierry Alibert, the French referee, trots into the middle. Rovers' first outing on this artificial pitch, which is, well, it was talked about often during the early part of the season. Not so much now. The Robins are going to kick off, attacking from left to right. Michael Dobson will get us underway, left-footed kick, attacking the stand where the Rovers fans are housed over on our right-hand side. Alibert gives the signal, Dobson gets us underway, bounces twice, collected by Patrick Arvan, and the tackles come in 18 metres away from the Widnes try line. Good line speed shown by Rovers in these opening couple of tackles, but that's a penalty conceded. High shot against Joel Clinton, says Thierry Alibert, so Widnes in the shape of Reece Hanbury with an early chance to clear their lines. Hanbury gets plenty of distance on that one, about 30 metres. And for the first time, Rovers have to defend inside their own half. McShane just pops it short to Frank Winterstein, the former Wakefield and Crusaders man. 30 metres out, just in from the left-hand touchline. To go up the middle with Hep Cahill, another former Crusader. 3 Rovers defenders in attendance, led by Joel Clinton. James Laithwaite was there as well. Here's the former Rhino, McShane. Widnes, well, the confidence showing in these early exchanges. Widnes in good form coming into this game. Absolutely destroyed the Salford City Reds last time out. Big shot goes in on Ben Cross, another former Leeds Rhino. He's held up 15 metres shy of the Robins line. They've gone short side. Short pass, there's a gap there. Rovers are scrambling. There's offloaded, and the Widnes Vikings have gone over in the right-hand corner with only 1 minute 37 seconds played. The first attack of any real note, and the Vikings have gone in. It looks as though it may have been Joe Mellor, the number 34. We'll get confirmation in just a second, but Rovers do trail by 4 points to 0. Joe Mellor was the man who got the ball and plunked it down in that right-hand corner, so immediately Rovers are up against it once again. They made that poor start to the derby. It's been a real theme of Rovers' season, making slow starts. And that penalty for the high shot and the subsequent march upfield pays dividends for the Vikings. Didn't look to be too much on that short side, in fairness, but Widnes had spotted something, and as long as they kept the ball alive, the opportunity would arise, it would present itself, and that's how it turned out. Looks as though it's Reece Hanbury with the kicking duties, normally Patrick Arvan. Looks as though he's drifted that one across the face of the post, so it's just a 4 points advantage to the Widnes Vikings. The Rovers once again having to come from behind.
Please respect everyone, including match officials, coaches, players and spectators. Bad language, harassment and aggressive behaviour are not tolerated.
The restart's collected by Arvan. Rovers will be looking to respond to that early setback. 20 metres out from the Vikings line. McShane in at dummy half. Goes to Ben Cross. Cross just goes hard and straight. Can't make too many metres. He was brought down by the tackle of Josh Hodgson. Widnes stood up in the tackle, looking to turn and offload, but it was prevented by Joel Clinton coming in over the top. Rovers are all offside, and the Widnes fans spotted that, but Thierry Alibert content to let the play continue. The kick downfield by the Vikings turns Lewis Sheriff around, has to make a decision. Can he get back into the field of play? He does well, does the young fullback. David Hodgson, he was linked with the Widnes Vikings in the close season before electing to go to Craven Park. He made a good 10 metres there, and this is better from Rovers now. First time with ball in hand. It looks as though Ben Cross has taken a knocking back play. Dave Peterson, big shot goes in from, may well have been Pickerskill. It was Dave Allen, in fact, and that's gone loose. Rovers have collected with Ben Galea. Just had a quick look at Thierry Alibert, who just tells him to play on. He's got the ball away to Peterson. Peterson cuts down the middle. Quick hands from the Robins, who keep the ball alive. Liam Salters just receiving some attention for the physio in back play. Gets the thumbs up, and Blake Green puts boots a ball. That's an absolutely towering kick. Oh, good take though by Arvan. Collected that one comfortably, did the former Bradford Bulls man. Been a rip-roaring start to this game on my clock. 5.5 minutes played. And that early Joe Mellor scored, a former Wigan Warriors man, separating the two sides. 4-0 the Vikings lead. Good line speed from Galea, but Widnes with quick hands, promoting the ball once again. McShane scoots, flat pass, gets the return and spreads it quickly to Stefan Marsh. He's looking for the wingman Arvan. Good defence by the Robins. That's offloaded. It goes forward. It's picked up by Jake Webster. Credit there to Liam Salter. Kept his shape with a touch to John. He's seen something untoward from the Widnes Vikings. The Vikings look dangerous. That win over Salford was, the pre-game to that was only a 1-point defeat by Saints, so certainly of the two sides, it's Dennis Becksmen who come into this game in better form. A win for Rovers and the season ticks along. A defeat would all but end the top 8 aspirations, you would feel, with some difficult games to come. Dobson runs laterally, collared by the Widnes defence, midway inside the Robins half. Good scoot off by Lewis Sheriff. He goes down 5 metres from halfway. Over on that left-hand side, Josh Hodgson gets the ball from dummy half and finds Ryan O'Hara. Rovers just trying to get into the game plan now. Josh Hodgson again, just tries to pick a hole in the defence, 30 metres out. Rovers looking dangerous for the first time in this game. Blake Green moves the ball onto Dobson, who fires it. A cry of forward from the Widnes fans, who need to wear glasses like me, I believe, if they're calling forward there. Good switch from Galea. Dobson to David Hodgson. Back inside to Dobson. Caught napping the Widnes Vikings. Dobson goes in just to the left-hand side of the post. Just over 7.5 minutes played. We are tied up at 4 points all. Widnes asleep then as that ball was played, and good intricate hands from Hull Kingston Rovers sees the scrum half go in, and the scoreline now is the Widnes Vikings 4, Hull Kingston Rovers 4, with the conversion to come. Good march downfield by Rovers. The forwards carried them downfield, and have to credit Ben Galea there for his part in that. David Hodgson could have gone for the corner himself, but put the ball back on the inside. And this man, number 7, Michael Dobson, looking to put Rovers into the lead. Strikes it high, strikes it true. Widnes Vikings 4, Hull Kingston Rovers 6. So that's a good response from Craig Sandercock's men. Widnes asked to get the game back underway, which they do. Collected safely by Lewis Sheriff. It's the restart of Stefan Marsh. So Rovers now deep inside their own half. Josh Hodgson just tries to bump off the tackle of Steve Pickerskill. Pickerskill, the most penalised player in the Super League this season. Dobson pops it short to Ryan O'Hara. Good leg drive from the experienced Australian. It's carried Rovers up towards halfway. Good 10 metres kept by Alibert. Rovers have some room in which to work. Jake Webster spots a gap, goes for it. Two men haul him down. Reece Hanbury was there, completing the tackle. Laithwaite looks and finds Green. Dobson misses out the man, fires it straight to the Widnes man. You see Dave Peterson in back play. He looks to be winded, just receiving some attention from the physio. The pace of this game has been frightening, really, in this opening 10 minutes or so. A game in which Rovers lead by 2 points. Winterstein crossed halfway. McShane scooped the ball up. Hanbury misses out the man. Here's Marsh once again. Ball back into Arvan. Looks for support. Finds it in the shape of the number 29. Jack Owens, the fullback. One tackle remains in this set. Hanbury goes to the sky. Rovers collect safely with David Hodgson. 20-metre restart. And Thierry Alibert allows Rovers to have the quick restart. And on the back of that, Josh Hodgson made a 14-metre gain. So Rovers now just moving the ball forward through the hands. So these younger players just looking to bed themselves into the game. Chris Heel just took a drive up moments ago. Good offload. And Lewis Sheriff, via that ball off Joe Clinton, made another good 12 metres. Here's Galea, steps, goes inside one man, can't beat the second. Wants a quick play the ball, does the skipper. Rovers, though, asking questions of Widnes. Once again, Blake Green finds a runner. It's James Laithwaite. Fifth and last, says the referee. Laithwaite plays the ball 11 metres out. Dobson misses out the man to Green. Salter absolutely clattered by Arvan. Rovers will turn the ball over, but it's only 2 or 3 metres out from the Widnes line. Do apologise, the number 3 on this left-hand side is actually Christine, the former Wakefield man. Marsh is over on the other side of the field, but very similar in size. Penalty, says Thierry Alibert. Ben Davis, the Widnes substitute, wearing number 10, was the recipient, so that's an early change from Dennis Betts. And this was a similar position to the penalty conceded, which saw Widnes build towards their first try of the afternoon. So Rovers will be hoping for a strong defensive set. As McShane plays it just 5 metres inside the Robins half. It's Winterstein with the drive in. McShane goes short once again. Danny Craven's on to replace Joe Mellor for Widnes. As McShane scoops up once again. Short pass from Hanbury, looks slightly forward. Nothing doing, says the officials, so Widnes retain possession. They've come left-hand side. It's into the hands of Winterstein, who's immediately wrapped up by the tackle of Jake Webster, but Webster's now out of position. Hanbury spots that, finds Christine. Christine is wrapped up just a couple of metres in from the left-hand touchline. The ball, should have been fired out wide, but then it was touched by a Rovers hand. Clever play by McShane. It turns a repeat set. Rovers are defending the line once again. There's the drive in from Ben Davis. McShane ships the ball to Hanbury. Surely he knocked that one on. He did, says Thierry Alibert. Rovers get out of jail. They did show some enthusiasm and eagerness to get into the faces of Widnes there, did the young Robins, so that forced the mistake from Widnes. Head and feed to the Robins, 10 metres out from their own line. David Hodgson from first receiver just runs in to the two-men tackle. Rovers will be looking for the big men. Can see Ryan O'Hara winding himself up. Here he comes, O'Hara. Sucks in 3 defenders. Jake Webster just being spoken to by the physio, now in back play. It's been a rough old start to this game. Here's Chris Heel in left centre position, but couldn't go too far then. That was good defence from Widnes. Dobson moves the ball back inside to his skipper, whose head is rocked back by that collision. 10 metres inside Rovers territory still. Dobson finds the standoff Green. Good hands from Green. Good hands from Green. Finds Webster back on the inside. The ball drifted forward though. Real shame that it was just the momentum of the tackle that just forced that one forward. If Blake had got that ball away correctly, Rovers would have scored. Webster would have been on his way. Widnes just stood off then and allowed Rovers to play, and if you allow Dobson and Green some space, they are capable of creating. On my watch, 15.5 minutes played. Still Rovers lead by 6 points to 4. Widnes though have possession. Rovers now have the tackling juices to perform. McShane just pops it short once again. That was a good drive forward by Widnes. Rovers were just a bit guilty of being lazy at marker then. Ben Cross did go down in a heap though, as that ball from Winterstein is collected on the reach by Christine. Did the ball just squirm out then from underneath him? No, says the touch judge. And the Vikings setting up position once again. Paul McShane pops it short to Hep Cahill, big guy. Made around 5 metres before the tackle came in from Clinton. Widnes come to this left edge once again. The kick of Reece Hambury, far too deep to cause Rovers any problems. That's a 20-metre restart, and apart from that opening try on 1.5 minutes, Rovers haven't looked in any real danger in this opening 20 minutes or so. They've been asked 1 or 2 questions by Widnes, but they've come up with the right answers so far. Good drive for David Hodgson, just trying to take some work off the forwards. Galea now moves the ball in field. In from fullback comes Lewis Sheriff. Gets to his feet a couple of metres from halfway. Good drive up the middle by Ryan O'Hara. This is where Rovers will look for Dobson and Green, and they've got a good opportunity now to ask some questions of the Widnes defence, because there's a penalty against Hep Cahill. Thierry Alibert with a shrill blast of the whistle, and Dobson left-footed will carry Rovers another 20 metres or so downfield. And Rovers now have a set of 6 just 20 metres out from the Widnes line. They don't need to score, they just need to build pressure. Good ball back on the inside from Green to Clinton. It created a gap, that move, and Clinton almost went through it. Delayed pass from Josh Hodgson to Ryan O'Hara. O'Hara's twisted, and O'Hara has scored Rovers' second try of the afternoon. Underneath the sticks go the Robins. We've played 18 minutes, and Rovers extend the lead to 10 points to 4. You have to say, poor defence from the Vikings, but Rovers, they knew what they wanted to do, and Ryan O'Hara achieved it. Nothing was going to stop the big man. He turned, he grounded safely, and Rovers go in for their second of the afternoon. Trace that one back to the penalty conceded by Widnes, which allowed Dobson to kick Rovers to within 20 metres. Just two drives in, and Rovers are in under the post. Dobson with what should be an easy conversion attempt, and that poor start, that try to Joe Mellor on 97 seconds, has been wiped out by Hull Kingston Rovers. Dobson looking to make it 2 from 2. Blue shirts, blue shorts, white socks, drills it high, safely between the posts. 12-4 the Robins lead. So the Rovers fans are celebrating at the moment. Let's hope it's not too premature as Widnes strike the ball high. That's a real towering kick. It's sailed out on the full. Bad mistake from Widnes. Rovers will get the penalty on halfway. And if Dobson or Green can put this one 20-25 metres into touch, they'll be on the front foot once again, the Robins. Blake Green with the kick. 33 metres out come the Robins again. Ball back on the inside from Bengalia, found Ryan O'Hara. Rovers now will look to move the ball from left to right. They do so. Dobson to Green to the big man Mickey Payer. The beast from the east is on. He carries it to within 12 metres of the line. Josh Hodgson putting some doubts into the Widnes defence. Ball out the back from Lewis Sheriff. It's collected by Patrick Arvan. That was only on the third or fourth tackle, so I think Lewis Sheriff just needs to compose himself, not panic in that situation. In fairness, had the ball found the Rovers wingman, they may well have gone in, so worth a gamble. High tackle against Jake Webster. Not too much in that one. Christine just has a wry look at Jake Webster. Knows it was instinctive and reactive more than malicious, but Widnes, via the boots of Reese Hambury, will go back into Rovers' half of the field. Winterstein, first drive in, met by the shoulder of Webster. Webster just needs to wrap himself around his ankles as he twisted away. McShane, oh, good play from McShane. And then when looking for the wingman, Arvan has put the ball into touch on tackle number 2. Good play from McShane, and then some mouthing off from Reese Hambury has given Rovers a penalty, a cheap penalty at that. It's Blake Green in no rush to get us back underway, just has a word with the referee, drills it safely into touch. And Rovers have the ball and 6 tackles midway inside their own half of the field. Here's Laithwaite. Ball back on the inside to Mickey Payer. Rovers looking to utilise that pass on more than one occasion so far in this first half. Could have been a penalty. That cross was all over the top of Mickey Payer. O'Hara gets the ball on the bump, tries to run a line, it's gone loose. Knock on, says Thierry Alibert. Dave Allen was the man in the tackle. The appeal for the strip from O'Hara, but Thierry Alibert saying it was a loose carry. So Rovers turn the ball over once again, and that will disappoint Craig Sandercock. He spoke about Rovers needing to cut out the errors, complete sets. As Stephen Marsh over on that far side, hunched back running style of his, plays the ball a metre in from touch. Good collision from Galea. The Widnes player spun to the floor. McShane has had a good start to this game for Widnes. The man from the Leeds Rhinos looks to have been an astute signing. Here he is again. Rovers now with defending to do as Hambury tries to cut down the middle. Rovers being sucked in. Could have been a penalty that against Hodgson and Laithwaite. Winterstein brings in the fullback Jack Owens, but he is wrapped up by solid Jake Webster defence. On the last, it will go to the scrum half. He kicks, it hits Mickey Payer, it's collected by James Laithwaite, and 10 metres out from the Robins line, the blue shirts have snared that football once again. This will please Craig Sandercock, that Widnes, apart from that try in the opening couple of minutes, have not breached the line yet again. That was a risky ball, that from Dobson to Lewis Sheriff. Borderline, but Rovers told to play on. Here's Bengalia now, who was looking for the centre, Chris Heel, but has to take the tackle. Rovers will just look to get to halfway and then ask either Dobson or Green to kick them downfield into the Widnes half. Last tackle says Thierry Alibert. Goes to Dobson. Dobson moves it back to Green. Green's under pressure. He's kicked ahead though. He's got the bouncers, Green. He's got support. Oh, he kicked ahead. It's collected. Knock on, says Thierry Alibert. Blake Green has gone down in a heap. Hopefully he's not too badly hurt. Off the cuff rugby by Rovers that. It should have gone deep. Green was nearly collared. And then he kicked ahead, regathered, and Rovers were absolutely flooding through. Should it have gone to hand rather than the kick? Who knows? The contact made him miss the second kick ahead, and it looks as though Blake Green may have twisted his ankle in trying to execute that play. This would be a big loss for Rovers if Blake Green can't continue. We would probably see Lincoln Withers playing the standoff position with no Craig Hall in the 17. Looks as though he's just going to try and run that one off, does Blake. The clock stops on 25 minutes as Widnes gets us back underway. Still Rovers leading this game by 12 points to 4. The Joe Mellor try chalked out by Dobson, and O'Hara scores with 2 Dobson conversions. Widnes in possession once again, still inside their own half. A risky offload has gone to Mickey Payer. He just needs to drive the ball forward and take the tackles. Does the big man, and he's done that indeed. Took 3 Widnes defenders to haul him down. Here's Peterson, big collision, good line speed from Winterstein. But Rovers still have possession with Hodgson. Dobson spots the gaps, tries to bring in the fullback Sheriff. Just 9 metres out, penalty to the Robins. Will they keep the pressure on? Will Dobson have the kick at goal? For me, you keep the pressure on. Widnes are on the back foot here. That's what they've done. They'll go down the middle. It's like George Griffin on for his Super League debut, his full Hulkingston Rovers debut. He plays the ball. Hodgson, he goes himself. Can he twist over? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Thierry Alibert awards the try. It's the 3rd of the afternoon for Hulkingston Rovers, who have extended the lead to 16 points to 4. Josh Hodgson is devastating from that kind of position, and once again he's come up trumps for the Robins. We're in the 27th minute, and Hulkingston Rovers lead this game by 16 points to 4. Again, penalties, the undoing of Widnes, but Rovers, when they're in that end of the field, are looking very, very dangerous, very enthusiastic. Where was this display on Monday, many people will ask. Well, Monday's gone. It's all about the 2 points this afternoon. Bradford have a tough-looking game at the Halliwell Jones, so Rovers could really lay a marker down this afternoon. Dobson from that similar position once again, kicking the ball into the Rovers fans, kicking it successfully. Hulkingston Rovers now lead this game by 18 points to 4. So with 28 minutes gone, Rovers have set up a good leading position. What they can't afford to do now is let Widnes off the hook. They need to see this through to half-time without conceding any more points, and I think Craig Sandercock would be fairly content with that. Lewis Sheriff collects the restart. Mickey Payer bumps off one. Needs reinforcements from Widnes, but that's come out. Loose carry by the big man, and that's got Widnes interested once again. Tackle number one. Mickey Payer will be disappointed with himself there. There didn't look to be too much of a strong collision, but as he hit the floor, the ball came loose, and the white shirts of Widnes now, they'll get head and feed, and they'll get the ball from the scrum. They do so. They're looking to attack Rovers on their right-hand side. The tackle is completed there by Blake Green on Reece Hambury, the Widnes danger man. Winterstein, he's having a strong game, is Winterstein. Looks for the offload there to Christine, but the tackle was completed. Widnes now go left to right. Hambury looking to pick the gaps. The gaps are there. David Hodgson, he's got 80 metres to run. They won't catch Hodgson, will they? They may do, because that's a great chase back by Stefan Marsh. But nevertheless, Rovers are on the front foot once again. They've got Widnes scrambling defensively. Good race downfield by David Hodgson. Good chase back from Stefan Marsh. But Rovers now, if they can score their fourth try of the afternoon, really would put some damage to Widnes. That's a high tackle, spotted by the referee. Swinging arm against the Vikings. I think the David Hodgson of 2 or 3 years ago would have probably had the better of Stefan Marsh, but well, we all know how deadly Hodgie is from about 60. He was collared there with about 20 to go. But nevertheless, it's turned defence into attack as far as Rovers are concerned. Dave Peterson with a tremendous drive for the line. Josh Hodgson pops it short to Mickey Payer. He's wrapped up, ball and all, by the Widnes defenders. He'll play the ball virtually on the line. Hodgson finds Green. It's into the hands of George Griffin. Griffin takes the two-man tackle, plays the ball. Rovers go left edge. Dobson, shot pass to Sheriff. It's to Chris Heel. Heel's wrapped up. Widnes know this could be a big stage of this game. They need to keep the Robins out. If they don't, this game may slip away from them. We're on the last tackle, says the French referee. Short side, Rovers again with Dobson. Power play, Dobson collared by the Widnes defenders. And Rovers will hand the ball over a couple of metres from the Widnes try line. Ironic cheers from the Widnes fans as the French referee gives their side a penalty. What a shame David Hodgson couldn't just evade Stefan Marsh, because had he gone in underneath the post then, at 24 points to 4, Rovers would have been well set. At 18-4, Widnes still very much in this game. They're in the Robins half once again. The pace of the game is noticeably slowing down though. It's still between a warm afternoon. 11 metres inside the Robins half are the Vikings. Peterson, good defence. Never let go of the Widnes ball carrier. Hambury spins the ball to Winterstein. He was just trying to show Christine he's inside. Big guy, this Winterstein. Forced back a metre or so by the Robins defence, led by Green and Laithwaite. Hambury again, pops it short to Davis. Davis just takes the tackle on the last, says the referee. McShane will look for the scrum half. Here is Hambury. Rovers need to shuffle across. The kick's gone in behind. Oh, it's missed by everybody there, and it's touched by a Widnes hand, says Thierry Alibert. I think there was some hesitation from Rovers. I think a Widnes hand desperately tried to ground it, and in doing so, they knocked the ball forward and Rovers got the decision. On my watch, we've played 33 minutes, still 18-4 the Robins lead. Rovers approaching halfway. Here's George Griffin once again, the brother of Daryl Griffin at the Leeds Rhinos. and Josh Griffin of the Castleford Tigers. Green juggled with that, but eventually found Dave Peterson. Peterson with that mop of hair, just smashed into the turf by the two-man tackle. Lincoln Withers is on, he's at dummy half and he gets Rovers moving forward again. Good offload from Mickey Payer. Dobson's into space, Dobson's into the gap, Dobson dummies. He had Blake Green on his inside. Blake Green, frustration as he felt he should have had that. Peterson drives for the line, goes himself, grounded and loses the ball a metre out. And Rovers perhaps guilty of bombing one there. I think if Dobbo had looked for Blake, Blake would have had enough to have gone over. Momentum would have carried him over. But once again, Widnes only gifted possession deep inside their own 20. This is good play from Rovers. They shrugged off that early try, and you have to say, for the most part, have been the better side in this first half. The scoreboard is a reflection of that. It's 3 tries to 1. Arvan comes in looking for work. Can't beat the two-man tackle of Peterson and Webster. McShane pops it short to Winterstein. If this guy tires for Widnes, then that's a big part of their armoury that will disappear in the second half. He's got through a hell of a lot of work as the big second row man. That's a huge kick. David Hodgson collects it rather unconvincingly, but it did stick. He gets the ball away to Lewis Sheriff. Sheriff gets another 7 metres on the back of that. Rovers come forward again with Griffin. Midway side their own half. Withers spots a gap, goes himself. Oh, Peterson was on his shoulder, but Withers was twisted to the floor by the tackle of Ben Cross. Could have been a penalty. Laithwaite finds Jake Webster. Webster takes a big shot from Patrick Arvan. He'll play the ball just a couple of metres from halfway. Laithwaite once again, a big shot from Arvan, who certainly hit the low knee hard then. Dobson under pressure, gets the kick away downfield. It will bounce. It's collected by Willie Isa, is that not? Oh, what a shot! Get down, says Ben Galea. Rovers skipper leading my example as we approach half-time, around 4 or 5 minutes of this first half remaining. Rovers will be desperate not to allow Widnes to go over for their second try of the afternoon. 40-20 attempts by McShane. Won't have the angle for the touchline. Lewis Sharif will need to run it back though. He gets back into the field of play, takes the two-man tackle, 12 metres out from Rovers' line, and, well, just shows how warm it is out there. Some of the Rovers forwards are not back into position yet. Liam Salter with the drive. Over on that far side come the Robins again with Chris Heel. Withers pops it short to Griffin. That's a high shot. Around the neck was Curse Haggerty, the Widnes substitute. Immediate decision from Ali Burr, and that's a relieving penalty from Rovers. This will allow them another 20 metres or so downfield via the boot of Dobson, and they'll set up camp in the Vikings half once again. So Galea now from the restart pops it up, and the rampaging Mickey Payer comes in. This would be a great time for Rovers to get their 4th try. We're approaching half-time. Here's George Griffin. He's working hard, is the substitute. He's 10 metres out centre field. Withers finds Peterson. Peterson takes on the defence, offloads to Withers. It's back to Griffin. Griffin almost offloads once again. Rovers can go both ways. They're going left to Dobson, are they? Yes, they are. Dobson fires the ball to Green. He was well watched over on that far side by Marsh and Isa, so they'll come back to the right-hand side. George Griffin almost breaks the line there. Last tackle, says Thierry Alibert. Rovers will make Widnes work It's the dink in behind. It's loose. Oh, it's knocked forward by Widnes, so surely this decision will go the way of the Robins. Was it an offside decision? Yes, it was. And Rovers have 3 minutes of this first half remaining, in which to try and really set up a match-winning position. We've gone into the final 3 minutes of the first half now. Blake Green shimmies, ships it out, poor pass but collected by Chris Heel. Heel's a big lad, taking on the Widnes defence, being shown the touchline though. And that was inexperience from Chris Heel. With tackles in the bank, he should have taken the tackle and allowed Dobson and Green a couple more tackles in which to create something. Wrong decision making, but in the grand scheme of things, Craig Sandercock won't have too many complaints. His side have played very well in this first half. 2 minutes 10 seconds of which remains. The Vikings are on halfway. Paul McShane, as he's been all game, in that dummy half, and Rovers just need to wrap up this set, and that may be enough to take them into the interval with this lead intact. But this is dangerous. Christina's bumped off Jake Webster. He can't get the better of Laithwaite though. They need to wrap up the ball carrying arm. Webster's come in at third man for good measure, and that's a penalty against the Robins. Thierry Alibert wants to have a word with the Rovers centre. The clock has been stopped on 1 minute 35 seconds. Elbow in at the tackle, says the French referee. So Rovers have 95 seconds of hard work in front of them. Winterstein takes Widnes to within 12 metres. It's centre field. Here's Hambury. There's a gap there as Dobson was caught in two minds. Marsh with the offload. Widnes going in the corner. Rovers desperately trying to keep them out. But in the 39th minute, the Vikings get themselves back into the game. It's the Widnes Vikings 8, Hulkingston Rovers 18. And that penalty conceded by Jake Webster has hurting Hulkingston Rovers in the shape of 4 points. Stephen Marsh, the Wigan warrior, the former Wigan man, he's the try scorer. The Widnes Vikings just sucked in the Rovers defenders. The gap was created and Marsh just had enough to get the ball down a metre in from touch. Difficult touchline conversion once again for East Hambury. But so close to half-time, that's a real body blow for the Robins. So Hambury on the touchline. The silence of the Widnes fans tells you that that one once again has drifted wide, so it's a 10-point advantage to the Robins. We won't have time to get the second half underway. There goes the hooter to signal the end of 40 minutes. An entertaining game here at the Halton Stadium. Rovers have performed well. Widnes at times are showing that they're a useful side. But the tale of the first half is as follows. Just 1 minute 34 seconds had been played when Joe Mellor got the ball down in the right-hand corner on the back of a penalty conceded by the Robins. That gave the Vikings a 4-point advantage. Reece Hambury couldn't convert from the touchline, but it was Widnes with first blood. Rovers responded though, and they responded well. A short side attack, intricate hands involving Galia Hodgson, which saw Michael Dobson receive the final pass to race in underneath the post. He converted his own try, and Rovers led by 4 points to 6. On 18 minutes, Rovers went in for their second try. It was a crash ball on tackle number 2. Ryan O'Hara had enough power to cross the line, twist, and get the ball down safely. Dobson once again converted, and at 12 points to 4, Rovers had set themselves up for a good first half. That was improved on 27 minutes. Josh Hodgson, once again from short range, with power and enough twist to ground the ball. Dobson converted from virtually in front, and at 18 points to 4, Rovers were in the box seat. They had a couple of good opportunities, noticeably an interception from David Hodgson, who raced around 60 metres before being collared by Marsh with around 20 metres to go. And then once again, when Dobson went through the middle, he had Green on his left-hand side, who perhaps was the option to send him in underneath the post. He went himself, and the Widnes cover got back and brought him down. And then, disappointingly, which has really put the game back in the melting pot, a try for the Vikings in the 39th minute. A penalty conceded against Jake Webster, 30 metres out from the Robins line on the last tackle. Widnes moved the ball from left to right. They created the gap, and Stephen Marsh went in a metre from the corner flag. Once again, Reece Hambury couldn't convert, so it's a 10-point lead to the Robins after 40 minutes. It's the Widnes Vikings 8, Hull Kingston Rovers 18 at half-time. Welcome back to HullKR.tv. We're at the Halton Stadium. We're at half-time. The Robins lead the Vikings by 18 points to 8. 3 tries to 2 in the Robins' favour. Well, that try just before half-time may well invigorate the side of Dennis Betts. The Rovers will have to work hard to take what would be a vital 2 points in their quest for a playoff position. It's going to be Widnes to get the second half underway. Thierry Alibert gives the signal. It's pumped high into the air, and Rovers collect safely. It was Lewis Sheriff with the take. He plays the ball. Withers gets Rovers moving forward. Great play by the substitute hooker. Very clever player around the ruck is Lincoln Withers. Nicky Payer now. Rovers have started this second half on the front foot. That's 3 good tackles which have carried them strongly downfield. Hayes James Laithwaite, that shock of bright ginger hair glowing in the sunshine. Rovers go down the middle once again. Dobson looks for support. Oh, Sheriff had to spin away from a lazy arm there, but nothing doing against Danny Craven. So Dobson now just measures the kick in behind. Oh, that's a knock on by Widnes, was it? No, it just goes between his knees. And taken in safely, say the officials. So Widnes get their first use of the ball in this second half. The first score of this second half could be absolutely crucial. If Widnes get it, it's game on. If Rovers get it, may just see Widnes heads drop. The Vikings still in possession, but on the last. They've drilled the ball downfield. Goes into touch around 18 metres from the Robins line. And Thierry Alibert gives signal, head and feed to the Robins. So both sets of players just taking time to pack down. It's a very warm afternoon out there. We're in the shade, thankfully, in this commentary position, but I'm sure the players are all feeling it. Oh, there's a push as Rovers played that ball. It was Graham Horn who's come on for the start of the second half. Webster pops it short to Mickey Payer. Payer, as always, attracting 2 or 3 defenders before being put to the floor. Such a strong man is Mickey Payer. Dobson gives the ball some width to Galea. Galea dummies goes himself, wrapped up by the 2-man tackle. In over the top came the number 20, Stefan Marsh. So that's a high shot. Nothing doing though, says Thierry Alibert. Signals that it's the 5th and last tackle against Rovers, who just looks as though they'd caught Widnes short on numbers there. Good quick fired ball by Jack Owen, sees Patrick Arvan go down the middle. Looks as though there's a Rovers player hurt in that collision. It's George Griffin who's limped away badly. As Widnes promote the ball, and the second phase of the attack has Rovers scrambling. Rovers' defence is like a dog's hind leg at this moment in time. But Laithwaite, was it? No, it was Graham Horn who just complete the tackle and stop the Vikings on halfway. Galea attracted in from the fringe to do some defence down the middle, needed to. Ben Davis, head rocked back by the tackle of Withers, but the Vikings are only 32 metres out from that try line. They know that if they can get first blood in this second half, it would allow them to really kick on. They have one more tackle in which to trouble the Robins. The kick in behind is it's a lofted one for the wingman. Arvan is collected. It's picked up by Jake Webster. And Thierry Alibert says that the advantage line was crossed. 0 tackle for the Robins, who have possession once again. Let's not forget that Widnes, their last game was well over a week ago, about 9 days ago in fact. Rovers having to back up from the Monday night fixture. That could be a factor in the second half. Here's Dobson now, steps, looks for Withers again on his inside, but collared by the Widnes defenders. Will need a kick. It's with Lewis Sheriff. Oh, that's a ridiculous pass. And Lewis Sheriff has gifted Widnes a try underneath the post. A total brain explosion from the Rovers fullback. And the Widnes Vikings have gone in. On my watch, that's 5 minutes gone in the second half. And Lewis Sheriff just panicked, that's all you can say. He panicked, the ball went into open space, collected by Widnes, who simply had to race in. Kurt Haggerty, the recipients of an early Christmas present from the Robins, and this game now is very much in the melting pot because Reece Hambury has had to kick from the touchline all afternoon. This one's underneath the sticks, and he will bring Widnes back to within 2 points. Hambury with the conversion. Widnes Vikings 16, Hulkingston Rovers 18. I do beg your pardon. That's 14-18 to Widnes. 14-18 to the Robins. Confusing myself there. 4 points separate the sides. But poor Lewis Sheriff, I'm sure he'll be looking to make amends for that. It was on the last tackle. Rovers needed to get the kick away. Pressure from the Widnes defensive line, and, well, he should have just took the tackle rather than just slung it out blind, but it's gone. There's still a good 33 minutes or so remaining in this game for Rovers to put that damage right once again. So Widnes now, what confidence have they got from that try? Winterstein's taking on Webster on the far side. They go 10 metres into Rovers territory. Quick play the ball, Rovers are on the back foot and scrambling. Good ball carried by the Vikings. They're 20 metres out, Hanbury once again. Well, should have spun it out, there was a player in the way. It's collected eventually and David Hodgson has to come in from the wing to assist John Chris Heel. Dobson's there as well. Last tackle says Thierry Alibert. Marsh moves the ball. Widnes are stacked up on this left-hand side, the Rovers right, and that evades everyone who touched it. It may be a Widnes decision, this. It is indeed. And with only 8 minutes gone in this second half, Rovers have to soak up some pressure from a revitalised Widnes Vikings. Those 2 tries either side of half-time really have dragged them back into this one. They trail by 4, 18-14 the Robins lead. Dobson's converted all the Rovers tries. Hanbury's missed with 2, that's the difference. Here's the fullback Owens, here's Marsh, takes on Chris Heel, gets the ball out the back door, there's a gap for Willie Isa. He shrugs off Hodgson, Peterson gets him. And Rovers are under intense pressure now as Marsh goes for the line. 4-5 Rovers defenders showing him the touch line. He puts the foot in touch. Widnes not happy, but clearly he stepped over the whitewash. And Hull Kingston Rovers repel the latest Vikings raid. So, despite the pressure, Rovers still are deep inside their own 20. Really do need some leaders out there, Hull Kingston Rovers. Jake Webster's plenty of experience, he needs to show it. He takes the tackle, 25 metres out from his own line. A decision goes the way of the Robins then, as Mickey Payer powers upfield. Up to the 40, penalty goes the way of the Robins. Thierry Alibert not standing for any nonsense, and that's a relieving penalty for Craig Sandercock's men. So Rovers now, can they silence this Widnes crowd have certainly lifted on the back of those 2 tries either side of the interval. Dobson, centre field, just goes short to Dave Peterson. Peterson takes the 3-man tackle, just needs to secure possession, plays it safely. Dobson has runners both ways. Galea into the gap. Galea tries to round the fullback. He gets it down, Galea. The skipper goes in for Rovers' 4th try of the afternoon. And when you need the captain to lead the way, Ben Galea has stepped up and delivered. Pushes Rovers out once again. Widnes Vikings 14, Hull Kingston Rovers 22. Widnes not happy with the penalties going against their side, but on 51 minutes of play, Hull Kingston Rovers have hit back. Dobson put doubt in the defence of Widnes, and Ben Galea perhaps should have looked for the wingman, but backed himself, got it down. And the scrum half now from just a few metres in from touch. Steps up, drifts that one wide of the post. But importantly for Rovers, this is a 2-score advantage. It's an 8-point gap. That means Widnes have to score 2 tries. Bit of a false start there from the restart. A restart which is now lofted high and collected by Michael Dobson. Here's George Griffin. Doing well on his debut is George Griffin, not taking no backward steps. Rovers have numbers on that side if they can get the ball out. Lincoln Withers just trots into dummy half. Mickey Payer wrapped up by 3 this time. Still moving forward though. 10 metres inside their own half. Slow play of the ball. They've gone short side to Laithwaite. Laithwaite goes down in the tackle. Plays it and Rovers will cross halfway now. Dobson brings in George Griffin once again. On the last, says the referee. Rovers come to this left edge. They've gone high. It's a test for the fullback in the sun. Good take though by Jack Owens. Faced up by a good solid blue shirted wall, and Widnes have to bring the ball away from only 10 metres from their own try line. Arvan will look to do so. Interesting just seeing Thierry Alibert screaming at Rovers to get back 10 as the penalty's conceded. Graham Horn and George Griffin were the 2 men in the tackle. You see Josh Hodgson about to come back on for the Robins. The penalty count in the first half was 7-5 in favour of Craig Sandercock's men, so pretty even Stevens in that respect from the French referee. But Widnes now are midway inside the Robins half. McShane scooted short side, brings in the centre. Rovers looking to show him the touchline. They've done so once again. Good defence from Rovers, who are all going across. Jake Webster heavily involved there. That's showing good team morale, all backing each other to the hilt. I think Joel Clinton's about to come on once again as well for Hull Kingston Rovers. Dennis Betts will be furious that his side have turned the ball over there. Still had tackles in the bank. To Rovers now. Completion has to be the key word in this set. Young Liam Salter with the drive forward. And so James Laithwaite and Mickey Peer are the 2 men taking a breather. Clinton and Hodgson do return, so a couple of fresh bodies for Craig Sandercock there. As Rovers still have possession. Withers scoots and drops off to George Griffin. Once again, good collision from Griffin. Sure, he had an arm round his neck then as he was twisted to the floor, but he plays the ball. Clinton moves it on to Dobson. Dobson brings in the fullback, Lewis Sheriff. It'd be nice if Lewis can score a try to make up for that Kurt Haggerty try from his mistake. But the important thing is just to win this game. On the last, as Clinton falls into that tackle. Switching play from Josh Hodgson, dinks one over the top. It bounces kindly for Patrick Arvan. It's faced up by Dobson. Dobson assisted by the kicker, Josh Hodgson, and Widnes have the ball inside their own 20. Oh, they almost lost it then. They almost lost it with the big man, John Kite. He is a big man, this number 18, absolute giant. He'll have to be watched close to the line. Referee's going to stop the clock. It looks as though there's a Widnes injury. Oh, he looks a little bit jelly-legged there, the Widnes ball carrier. Sensibly, the physio just running on and checking him out. Scott Morrell running on with the water for Hulkingston Rovers. 18th man this afternoon, Scott Morrell. So that brief stoppage in play is all it was. And Thierry Alibert gets us back underway. An offload by Widnes. John Kite taking on Rovers up the middle. Josh Hodgson did well to bring him down. It's on the last tackle. Craven with the kick. David Hodgson happy to let Willie Heiser take that one in. Heiser turns, kicks ahead. Lewis Sheriff's delayed. Danny Craven's picked up, and Danny Craven scores for Widnes. That try in the 58th minute. And once again, you're going to have to point the finger at Lewis Sheriff. He should have been racing for that ball. If the Widnes man got it, it was going to be a try. For some reason, Lewis just waited and waited. He who hesitates is lost. And Widnes dragged themselves back to within one score once again. It's Widnes 18, the Robins 22. I actually felt that Hodgson had made the correct decision in allowing Heiser to collect that ball, but then they allowed him the option of the kick through, and then that hesitation from Lewis Sheriff proved costly for Hulkingston Rovers. So Rhys Hanbury is on the touchline almost once again. Former Crusaders man, so he'll know Lincoln Withers and Ryan O'Hara very well. He steps up, does the number 7. This one looks okay. The flags are raised. And Widnes only trail the Robins by 2 points now.
It's that man again, Rhys Hanbury.
Dobson gets us back underway. We're approaching the final quarter of this game. It's in the melting pot, just a 2 points advantage to Craig Sandercock's men. How costly will those 2 chances be when Rovers led by 18 points to 4? As McShane gets a good offload away to Stephen Marsh, was it? There seems to be that many white shirts flooding forward now. Hanbury. Alibert taking Rovers back a good solid 10 metres. Hanbury delays and then brings in the support from Danny Craven. He got the ball carrying arm free but doesn't offload. Last tackle against the Robins. McShane scoots and kicks. Should be a comfortable one for Liam Salter. Instead, he elected to let it bounce. It goes into touch. And Rovers will have a scrum head and feed just 10 metres from their own try line. The ball's out, it's with the Robins. Good, enthusiastic defence though by the Widnes Vikings, as you would expect now with Rovers only having this slender 2 point advantage. Here's Galea, who got Rovers' 4th try. But there's been 3 tries in this second half to the Widnes Vikings. Peterson's midway inside his own half. Hodgson got the angle for the 40-20. Oh, that's a beauty from Josh Hodgson. Josh Hodgson with a 40-20. How about that? Tremendous play from the Rovers hooker. Got such an all-round game as Josh, can just produce magic like that. And on the hour mark, he's put Rovers in a good attacking position once again. A try and goal here for Rovers really would be a blow for Widnes. They always say don't concede just after a try. That's what Rovers are looking to do now. Peterson collects the ball, juggles with it, runs off, has to just go himself because the line had been broken, but there's an offload. Josh Hodgson wants support, he dummies, goes himself, promotes it to Dobson. Widnes looks stretched. Wrong option from Dobson. Rovers were stacked up. Left-hand side. That's the way they need to go, but Graham Horne has gone the other way to Peterson, who's clattered. Widnes had a defender missing on their right. That's the way Rovers should have gone. Can Rovers still make the Vikings pay? Heel does well to collect that one. Clattered as he took the ball in. He was juggling with it, and Willie Iser made sure he was felt then. Dobson moves the ball along the line to Josh Hodgson. Josh Hodgson going for the line with two defenders on his back. Rovers only have one tackle to make this position pay. It's with Lincoln Withers. Short pass. They're in the Robins. They're in the Robins. That has silenced the Widnes fans. Once again, was it Graham Horne? It was indeed. Graham Horne has scored on 62 minutes of play. And Hull Kingston Rovers have nudged themselves into a 6-point advantage. Trace that one back to the magnificent 40-20 kick by Josh Hodgson. That put Rovers deep inside Widnes territory. Eventually they made the pressure pay with Graham Horne reaching over for the try. It's left Dobson. Not the easiest of kicks, but it's a good side for the left-footed kicker. And it's an important one. Can Rovers lead by 8 once again? Dobson's 5th kick at goal this afternoon. Just the one miss so far. The flags go up. That could be a big, big moment in this game because Rovers lead by 8 points. It's the Vikings 20, the Robins 28. 4 from 5 from the boot of Michael Dobson. We're into the final 16 and a half minutes of this game as Danny Craven gets us back underway. It's a lofted restart. Bengalia was underneath it and he pops it into the onrushing Ryan O'Hara. Rovers now complete this set and take Widnes downfield. That will help. That's a high tackle against the Widnes Vikings. Swinging arm. Rovers will settle it down. And they will look to eat up some vital seconds. Not the best of kicks there from Rovers, but they do still have possession. Galea, it's becoming more prominent in this game, is the skipper. O'Hara, Clinton, Webster, Dobson. They need to lead this young side around the park and make sure that they don't do anything silly. The Robins are 40 metres out. Josh Hodgson finds a scrum half. Good ball, but well read and good solid defence by Danny Craven. Put a good shot in there on the Rovers fullback Lewis Sheriff. Clinton with the offload. Clinton was absolutely smashed then. Felt that one from Kite. Did Joel Clinton. I'm sure he'll just get up and look at the number and look to reciprocate that one. As Rovers kind of put this game to bed now. Lewis Sheriff tries to step inside. Danny Craven, who gets in with the second effort. Quick play the ball. Dobson measures the kick in behind. Who was that pushed dead by? Who was that pushed dead by? Rovers have got the decision. Repeat set, says Thierry Alibert. And with 14.5 minutes to go, Rovers still have the advantage. The restart by Widnes will bounce. David Hodgson will need to be careful. Watched it well and just comes away from the wing. That's sensible play by David Hodgson. Galea's there. He'll move the ball in field to Michael Dobson. Here's Ryan O'Hara. Hard and straight. Had a good game as O'Hara this afternoon. Worked hard. The pace of the game starting to show on both these sets of players now as Galea almost skips his way between the gap. Lewis Sheriff goes himself. Good footwork from the fullback. Clattered just 2-3 metres out. A try for Rovers now could put Widnes to bed. Joel Clinton's looking to hammer that nail into the coffin. Twists but can't beat the last line of defence. Josh Hodgson, strength, power, held up just 1 metre from the line. Is it the turnover? It is indeed. Sensible from Rovers. They've turned the ball over just a metre or so from the Widnes try line as the clock merrily ticks away. We have just over 13 minutes of this game remaining. It's Dennis Betts, Widnes Vikings 20, Craig Sandercock's Hulkingston Rovers 28. McShane finds Patrick Arvan. Ben Davies comes back on for John Kite for the Widnes Vikings as they move the ball out to Winterstein. Loose pass which Dave Peterson is interested in. That cost Widnes a couple of metres. It cost them a tackle. I think one more try for Rovers would see the Widnes challenge off, in fairness. It's the last tackle and they've only made 25 metres. McShane dummied for the 40-20. Eventually the kick is put downfield by Winterstein. Oh, that was dangerous because both Hodgson and Sheriff were looking to take that ball in. Eventually the fullback claimed it. And Rovers have possession and they'll go inside the Widnes half with Chris Heel, who's been solid this afternoon. Worked hard, all of the youngsters in this Robins lineup, as have the experienced men like this man O'Hara. Oh, it looks as though he may have just taken a knock then, Ryan O'Hara, or was he playing the old soldier? Lincoln Withers. Certainly looks as though that injury to Blake Green has seen at the end of his afternoon. Withers is operating out of off half now as Michael Dobson teased and took the tackle. Rovers have one remaining. Withers kicks ahead, hits a Widnes man, goes backwards. Widnes are collared virtually on their own try line. And once again, they're being asked to go the length of the field if they want to score the try, which will drag them back into this game. A game which has just under 11.5 minutes remaining now. Certainly that Graham Horn try for Rovers has shut the drummer up, which is a godsend. .40-20 attempt. Has he got the angle? Oh, good take from Lewis Sheriff. Lewis Sheriff takes the free-man tackle, but importantly, as far as Hulkingston Rovers are concerned, they have possession. The blue shirts will play this 6 metres from halfway. Fired ball from Hodgson finds Dobson. Galea fires the ball to David Hodgson. He comes inside, can't beat the tackle of Marsh. He beats him at the second attempt. Steps inside one. Collared is the only way you can describe that tackle. But Rovers do have possession. It was Dave Allen who just managed to reach an arm out and get the collar of Hodgson, but Rovers are approaching the 20-metre zone once again. Peterson never ever takes a backward step. Dangerous that as he was dragged forward. Scruffy play the ball. Dobson kicks in behind once again. Chris Heal's interested, and Widnes push it dead once again through Willie Isa, was it? And all these repeat sets may well have broke the resistance of the Widnes Vikings. The clock has been stopped, has it? Not yet. Into the final 10 minutes. If Widnes want to get back in this game, they're the one that needs to put a bit of a spurt on. They've eventually restarted. Sheriff collects, pops it to Ryan O'Hara. Big collision from Ryan O'Hara. Equally good collision from the Widnes Vikings. But Rovers have ball in hand inside the Widnes half of the field, and the big man is just trundling up the field. Plays it, does Payer. Hodgson's there, finds Withers. Withers short to Graham Horn. Horn spotted the gap. Is going himself as Graham Horn collared a metre out. Rovers will move from right to left. Oh, they've lost the ball. Was it knocked down by a Widnes hand? What's the decision of the French referee? Widnes ball, head and feet, so it was a knock-on by Rovers. No advantage to the Widnes Vikings. We have 8 minutes, 56 seconds remaining of this game as the two packs will bed down 10 metres from the Vikings line. The ball's out, it's with the Vikings, but 3 blue shirts are there. Mickey Payer was there, Dave Peterson was there, Josh Hodgson was there. Widnes needs to punch holes with the big men. They've skipped upfield. Arvan can gallop. He's got Lewis Sheriff coming across. He's kicked ahead. Will the bounce be kind for Widnes? It will be, you know. They've got the ball down. And Misa to the left-hand side of the post. It will be Reece Hambury with the try. And with just under 8.5 minutes remaining, Widnes have got a glimmer of hope.
Tries for the Vikings, number 7, Reece Hambury.
Reece Hambury confirmed as the scorer. Rovers missed one tackle. Arvan galloped along the left-hand touchline, put a good kick back in field, and the bounce, the kick ahead and the bounce went the way of the Vikings. Lincoln Withers was the chaser. Didn't have the pace of the Vikings, man. That conversion has made it a 2-point ball game. Widnes 26, Hulkingston Rovers 28. Three conversions from 5 for the Widnes scrum half. 4 from 5 from the Robins scrum half. That's all that separates the two sides. Rovers go deep with the restart. It's collected by Widnes, who need to be shown the touchline. Arvan is a real powerhouse. Who wants this game the most? That's what it may boil down to now. I did mention that Rovers had played Monday, but with 5 different players in the 17, they should have enough juice in the tank. Rovers now important that they don't allow Widnes a line break. McShane with a 40-20 attempt. It's gone over the head of Lewis Sheriff. He'll need to collect that one. Does well, does Lewis Sheriff, accelerated and got to within 12 metres of his own line. Dobson's there, finds David Hodgson. Here's Chris Heel now coming in to take some work off the forwards. This set is all about completion for Craig Sandercock's men. They need to get as near to halfway as possible, and then they need to kick as deep as possible. Mickey Payer taking them on up the middle is the big man. He's crossed halfway. He's left a player down in his wake. Dobson, left-footed kick surely, measures it, not the best. You know, it bounced behind Willie Isa. That was a kind bounce for Rovers. Isa should have perhaps took that one on the full. He's offloaded. Stefan Marsh beats the first man. That allowed Widnes another 5 metres forward. John Kite comes back on for the final 5 minutes. But Widnes are deep inside their own half still. They'll look to give the ball some width once again. Thierry Alibert just takes Rovers back a very good 10 metres. Here's the big man John Kite, sucks in 3 defenders. Rovers need to make sure he can't offload. A cry of held goes up. We're on the last tackle. McShane dinks that one. Well, but the bounce be? It's a decent one as far as Lewis Sheriff's concerned. As we are into the final 5 minutes of this game. Dave Hodgson skips away from one. Galea steps inside, accelerates Galea. He's got Dobson on his inside. He finds Dobson. Dobson goes down in the collision of our man. But that was a great break from Rovers. Mickey Payer will just take them on up the middle, surely. Oh, he almost got the arm away to feed David Hodgson there. Rovers are 30 metres out. They're winning this game by 2 points. Hodgson goes down. We still have a couple of tackles in the bank. Josh Hodgson steps, spins, goes himself. Oh, he almost gets back to his feet. Josh Hodgson offloads to Dobson. Palmed on. Oh, knocked forward by Widnes. Chris Heel would have gone over in the corner, but Stefan Marsh couldn't take the ball in. And Rovers will get a head and feed. Just 10 metres out from the Widnes line. $5,325 spectators in the Halton Stadium. The clock is still ticking away. Rovers can eat a minute up by just completing a set. A try and goal, and it's game over. Jake Webster takes in drive number 1. On the clock, we have 3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. Peterson steps and goes himself. Rovers are underneath the post with Josh Hodgson. He looks for the creator. Dobson was well watched though by the tackle of Dave Allen. Galea now pops it short to Lewis Sheriff. Lewis Sheriff with a winner. Oh, well done, Lewis Sheriff. He's made mistakes, but Lewis Sheriff has ensured that Rovers will take at least a point, because they now lead by 6 with the conversion to come. And I'm so happy for Lewis Sheriff. He'll hold his hands up to those couple of mistakes, but what a response by the young man. Hull Kingston Rovers now lead by 32 points to 26. Michael Dobson can put a nail in the coffin of the Vikings. This kick is to win it. Rovers just simply moved the ball around. The gap came, and well done the youngster. Dobbo's in absolutely no hurry, but the timekeeper has been stopped on 1 minute 45 seconds. Once again, the drummers are drumming. They really do need to get a girlfriend. Come on, Dobbo, shut him up. Come on, Dobbo. He steps up left-footed. Oh, he's dragged in, it's swerving, but it's just missed. And Rovers need to take possession from the restart. A safe take from Rovers, and they may just have enough to run the clock down. It's gone behind, it's collected by Dobson, and the referee says play on. And it's up the jumper time, surely, for Craig Sandercock's young side this afternoon. We have 1 minute 7 remaining. Widnes will perhaps have chance to have 2 or 3 tackles in this game with ball in hand. Rovers will surely look to kick deep, and well, they need to try and find touch. Oh, and that's a bad mistake from Mickey Payer. The penalty is conceded and the clock has been stopped with 42 seconds remaining. The clock's restarted. Rovers have to defend for their lives. We don't want another Castleford scenario. Into the final 30 seconds. Penalty to Widnes. I'm not sure that's what they need, because vital seconds have been eaten away by that. We now have 17 seconds remaining. Rovers have 2 tackles to make, surely, and they have won this game. McShane to Craven. They're looking to find gaps out wide. It's with Arvan. Rovers win the game. Mistake from Arvan. Rovers will win. There goes the final hooter. The Widnes fans accept defeat, and Craig Sandercock's vastly changed Hulkingston Rovers outfit have come away with a thrilling win at the Halton Stadium. They perhaps made it a lot harder than what they needed to do, but they got over the finishing line, and they have took an important step towards the end of season playoffs. Currently in 8th position, that will consolidate that place. This was never going to be an easy game. Widnes in good form, but credit to Craig Sandercock, and credit to the 17 players on display this afternoon. Rovers led the game at half-time by 18 points to 8. That try to Joe Mellor for the Vikings. 3 tries to the Robins, to Michael Dobson, Ryan O'Hara, and Josh Hodgson. There was that second try just before half-time to the Vikings by Stephen Marsh. No conversions from Reece Hambury. Michael Dobson successful with all 3 of his. But then Widnes really came out all guns blazing in the second half. A penalty against Jake Webster. But Widnes really came out guns blazing in the second half. On 45 minutes, a try to Kurt Haggerty. An absolute brain explosion, you have to say, from Lewis Sheriff. He got the ball on the 5th. Should have either kicked or died with the ball. He threw the ball in behind his own defensive line. It was collected by the Widnes substitute, who went in unopposed underneath the sticks. Hambury, thankfully, as far as he's concerned, converted from directly in front, and the Vikings were just 4 points behind at 18 points to 14. But then a good captain's knock. Bengalia powering his way over. Michael Dobson creating doubt in the Widnes defensive line. Dobson with his first miss of the afternoon with the conversion. At 22-14 just gave Rovers some breathing space, but back came the Vikings. A high kick was allowed to be taken in by Willie Isa. Rovers stood off, he kicked him behind. Once again, unfortunately, it was a hesitation, a mistake by Lewis Sheriff. He allowed Danny Craven to beat him to the ball. Craven got the ball down. The conversion from Reece Hambury made it 22-20 to the Robins, but at that stage it looked as though they were going to come home with a wet sail. they were turned around by the magnificence of Josh Hodgson. A 40-20 on the hour mark penned Widnes deep inside their own 20, and from the resulting set, Graham Horn scored on the last tackle. Michael Dobson with the conversion, 28-20, going into the final stages, but Rhys Hambury, he pulled one back. Great play from Widnes, you have to say. The ball was moved out wide to Arvan, he kicked ahead. Rhys Hambury beat Lincoln Withers in the foot race, kicked the ball, got it down just a metre to the left-hand side of the post, converted his own try, and at 28-18, it was always going to be a case of next score the winner. Who would get it? Well, I'm delighted. Not only was it Rovers, it was Lewis Sheriff. He made mistakes, he's a young man, he's learning, but what a boost that winning try will give him. He grounded the ball on 78 minutes of play. Dobson couldn't convert, but it had pushed Rovers into a lead that they would not give up. They had to withstand some late pressure from the Vikings, who ran out of time, and Rovers take the spoils. They take the 2 points. Rovers take the spoils. They are victorious at the Halton Stadium on wholekr.tv by 32 points to 26.